This is the Greensboro Coliseum, the site for the ACC Tournament Finals. A matchup of the top seeds, Wake Forest and Georgia Tech. They came to Greensboro #1. Early this season, stalled, uncertain. Now focused, directed, riding the surge and the energy of a thoroughbred and a steady stable of workhorses. They came here #1 with a goal of being tournament champions. They are the proud defending titleists. Last year, accessory. This year, centerpiece. All season taking opponents out the same way, knocking down threes. And in crunch time, going inside where showpiece became showtime. They say nothing comes easy. That includes taking the crown from #21. A sellout crowd of 22,000 settling in for one of the great events in college basketball, the ACC Championship, Wake Forest and Georgia Tech. Let's look at the lineups. First for Wake Forest, 22-5 with head coach Dave Odom. Tim Duncan has racked up 19 double-doubles this year, and in the first 2 games of the tournament is averaging 20.5 points and 17 rebounds. Georgia Tech now 22-10 on a 9-game ACC win streak under Bobby Cremins. Stephon Marbury with the 5th highest freshman scoring average ever in the ACC at 18-4. He has poured in 40 in the first 2 games. This is always one of the great events in college basketball, the toughest ticket in the world. Mike Patrick, Clark Kellogg, Gary Danielson also with us. These 2 teams split, each winning at home. Tony Rutland, a key for Wake Forest.
He really is. When he can get it going from behind the three-point line, he's got some help in that area. But I think a lot of times when you have matchups like this, we just highlighted the 2 stars, Marbury and Duncan, although you can make a case for some other guys. But typically in this type of a matchup, maybe one of those other non-marquee guys steps to the forefront. And I think for Wake, it might be a guy like Tony Rutland.
Let's check in with Gary Danielson. Gary?
You know, Mike, a lot of times stars of the game like Tim Duncan, it's the stats that count. 22 points, a season-high 19 rebounds. But in yesterday's game, it was something that wasn't in the stats. He received his 4th foul with 7 minutes left in the game. No histrionics. He didn't do anything. I think his leadership showed there. He stayed in the game. He wasn't taken out. Usually when your stars don't throw fits, the rest of the team fouls. That's why this guy is a tough nut to crack, and Tech will have their hands full with him.
Boy, Gary, you're right. And as Clark has pointed out, the entire tournament, he has played his entire career under such great control. Rutland, a key outside shooter. Drew Barry, one of the finest assist men in the history of this conference. This club just loaded. There's Maddox and Harpering. Both of these teams, I think, are going to go a long way in the NCAA tournament.
They certainly have the potential to do so. And Wake maybe more so than Georgia Tech, just from the standpoint in tournament action, you don't have the home crowd. You're in foreign environments. And because Wake can defend and block shots with Tim Duncan, maybe they can bring their A game a little more often. But Georgia Tech on a tremendous roll right now. They'll be dangerous as well.
First 2 games, a net 2-point difference. Set to go in the championship. Alisma against Duncan. Ricky Peral gives it up to Rutland. Rutland the lob to Duncan, and Wake has the first 2. Here comes Marbury back the other way. Just watch the crispness of the passing for Georgia Tech. Alisma to go to work on Duncan. Got a good look, but missed the shot. Duncan with a rebound. Ricky Peral, great outside shooter, although he's missed all 7 tries here in the ACC. Duncan 2 for 2.
All right, TD. That's an alley-oop and a jump hook. And he can go the other way, too, folks.
Marbury for 3. Stephon Marbury yesterday hit 3 of 8 from long range.
You know, he was quoted in one of the local papers as saying, this is just another game. Yeah, right. I know he doesn't believe that.
Going to be a reach-in foul on Harpering.
I think he was comparing it to the magnitude of the NCAA tournament, but this is special in its own right. Take a look at LaRue setting the strong pick, and because that was a big on little pick, it's difficult to screen, to switch that screen. Here you take a look at the jump hook. Excellent patience, and nobody can get up there and block that shot with the exception of maybe a guy like Marcus Camby.
If he gets the ball down that low, he's going to have a huge day. Georgia Tech going man-to-man. Rutland kicks it to LaRue. Nice ball fake and got it. 6-3. Wake has hit all 3 shots from the floor.
Look at the spacing of Georgia Tech.
Harpring burst down the lane. Duncan got a piece.
Well, the spacing allows for a drive like that, but against Wake, you have to be ready to pull up for your mid-range stuff because Duncan is there at the goal.
And it allows the perimeter defenders to be much more aggressive. You know, the big guy's waiting. Duncan hits another one and the foul.
Mike, you knew coming in that this would be a closely contested game, but if you had to give one team an edge, it would be Wake because of this guy right here, Tim Duncan. He's shown us 3 ways he can hurt you. Actually 4. He's already blocked a shot, and he scored from both sides of the basket in the low post. You really can't defend him, especially as you made the point, if he catches the ball that deep. You've got to bump him and try to get him out of that comfort zone in and around the mid-post area.
Duncan converts the 3-point play. 9-3 Wake. Harpring against Perall.
This is one of the few times we've seen Harpring have to go up against a guy that's taller than him and just as quick.
Maddox over Allen, and Duncan has just dominated the glass 3 boards already. Rusty LaRue couldn't handle the bullet pass from Rutland, had him for an easy layup.
A touch behind him, but it was very catchable. LaRue thinking about trying to score before he caught it. And Tim Duncan out of the gates in a hurry.
Pretty good start for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, man. Let's do quick math and project that out over 40 minutes because you know that's how much he's going to play.
Oh, absolutely. Drew Barry for 3. 4 boards for Duncan. He may have a double-double before we're through with 10 minutes. Hasn't shot a 3 yet or led to fast break. It's probably coming. Nice entry pass to Allen against Maddox. Good block by Maddox. Allen has it back. And got the roll. Sean Allen, the junior from Raleigh, who averages 5.5 points a game, gives his team an 8-point lead. Marbury down the lane, scoop shot. Won't go. Guess who has the rebound? Rutland backs up behind the 3. Holy cow, what a start.
Georgia Tech may need a timeout or a real good shot to go down. Sometimes a coach doesn't want to feed into the frenzy of the crowd by calling a timeout, but they need a good solid possession here.
Maddox fouled by Allen. May have been bailed out on that call because he was in a tough spot low on the baseline. Wake has hit 6 of 7 shots.
All of their shots have been of a high quality variety though, and you've heard me say it before, but shooting percentage a function of the kinds of shots you get, and Wake has gotten a couple inside for Duncan and wide open perimeter shots for Rutland and LaRue.
Here's a holding foul.
What an asset to have when your leading shot blocker and rebounder can take it rack to rack. He doesn't go quite the distance, but he pushes it ahead and then hits Rutland for the open 3-point shot in transition.
We've got a timeout on the court. Wake on an early roll for the title.
Let me tell you about a very important phone call I made. When I got my Medicare card, I realized I needed an AARP Medicare supplement insurance card too.
Medicare is one of the great things about turning 65, but it doesn't cover everything. In fact, it only pays up to 80% of your Part B expenses. If you're already on or eligible for Medicare, call now to find out how an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company, helps cover some of the medical expenses not paid paid by Medicare Part B. That can save you from paying up to thousands of dollars out of your own pocket. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. When you call now, you'll get this free information kit with all you need to enroll, so you can join the millions of people who have already put their trust in AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare.
The prices are competitive.
I can keep my own doctor.
And I don't need a referral to see a specialist.
Call now to get a free information kit. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare. And the advantages don't end there. Choose from a range of Medicare supplement plans that are all competitively priced. We have a plan for almost everyone, so you could find one that fits your needs and budget. With all Medicare supplement plans, there are virtually no claim forms to fill out. Plus, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare. And best of all, these plans are the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP.
When they told me these plans were endorsed by AARP,
I had only one thing to say.
Sign me up.
Call the number on your screen now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan. You'll get this free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare to help you choose the plan that's right for you. As with all Medicare supplement plans, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare, get help paying for what Medicare doesn't, and save up to thousands of dollars. Call this toll-free number now.
So you've got bad credit, a minimum wage job, and you need cash now. Who's going to give you a hand? Money Mutual. We've helped people all across America. Money Mutual has the largest network of short-term lenders who can lend you up to $1,000 in cash by tomorrow. Just be 18 or older with a minimum income of $800 a month. And don't worry if you have less than perfect credit. It's time to hear yes for a change. Go to moneymutual.com or call 1-800-585-CASH.
Hey guys, a shooting star. Let's make a wish.
Hey guys, we got the RV started.
That's what I wished for. Me too. Is that what you wished for? Yeah.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wake with a near perfect start through 4 minutes, 14-3 over Georgia Tech. These teams rolled through the first 2 rounds here in Greensboro. Duncan with 41 points and 34 boards in the first 2 games for Georgia Tech. Matt Harpring and Marbury have led the way in scoring. Drew Berry averaging 7 assists a game. We joked about Tim Duncan's start. 7 points and 5 rebounds in 4 minutes. That would project out to 70 points, 50 rebounds, and 10 block shots for the game. I'm sure that'd be a sight to see. Georgia Tech hopes it doesn't go that way.
Well, they've got to get better pressure on the perimeter, and then they've got to bump Duncan off the block. And obviously, it's much easier for me to say that from here than it is for them to do it out there.
Maddox nearly lost control. Berry for 3. Elisman tried to keep it alive.
And that's another point I'd like to make, too. Tech 1 for 7 from the floor. But when you don't make shots against Wake, you typically don't get second shots. I mean, Tim Duncan is a vacuum around the defensive glass.
That was the first time anybody from Georgia Tech even got a finger on one.
Exactly.
Peral trying to go low, but he walked. Larry Rose, Dick Paparo, Frank Scagliotta, the officials today. They get the honor of doing the ACC championship game. Dave Oldham, ACC Coach of the Year, 3 of the last 5 years, trying to repeat as ACC tournament champions for the first time since '82 when Carolina did it. Wake did it back in '61 and '62. Harpring, good look at the bucket and drained it.
Matt Harpring is like a heat pump, always running and very efficient. He's constant motion, and it's not wasted. I mean, this guy scores it inside, can take it off the dribble, and can get to the hole.
Rutland takes the shot when he's left. Ricky Peral with a rebound. Rutland dumps it low. Now Duncan out at the high post. Wake, a good passing team. They don't turn it over very often. Rusty LaRue. It's a 3, 17-5. They've got 3 of the best 3-point shooters in the country.
And the best post-up guy in the country. And that is a lethal combination.
Harpering brings it back outside. You don't see any panic on the face of Georgia Tech. They've been in this spot before.
Good call.
Shot clock at 9. Nice drive by Berry. Too strong, and Duncan just sweeps it. Ahead to Peral. Couldn't make the catch in stride, so he tries the pull-up jumper.
Mike, these fellas are really hooping right now. I mean, if it continues like this, Georgia Tech doesn't have a chance. I mean, they are operating at the highest level in every phase of the game.
8 out of 10 from the floor. Georgia Tech's job right now just to survive for a while. Marbury for 3. That'll help you survive.
But we know based on the regular season, Georgia Tech has shown the ability to come back.
And they believe in themselves.
Exactly.
Great deal.
Well said. Confidence is a big part of being able to dig out of holes. The other part is having weapons that can make plays, and we know they've got those.
Elisma on Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Rutland's going to have to force one. I was going to say if that one went in, Georgia Tech might as well have just left. Allen commits the foul. Let's go to Gary Danielson. Gary?
Mike, I'm with Cheryl Lowry, sister of Tim Duncan. Cheryl, I know you helped him with his swimming, but did you help him with that drop step and the pivot also?
No, I don't think so. That belongs to my husband.
Oh, really? And Hazard, Tim really enjoys playing basketball, I know, but does he miss swimming?
He still does it when he comes home. Mostly at the beach, not in the pool anymore.
And how many games do you get to watch?
All the ones that are broadcasted on TV. This is my first ACC game, though. Being here in person, it's great.
All right, Mike.
All right, thanks, Gary. And Cheryl's got to be loving it so far.
Cheryl and her dad. I got a chance to meet both of them yesterday, and their smiles light up the building. And Wake Forest is doing much the same.
That was a 2 for Duncan. He has 9 points, and it's 21-8.
You know, if you're Georgia Tech, the key thing here is just to maintain your poise. And they've done that. They've got to make their shots. They're capable of going on runs, too. You just can't figure that Wake is going to continue to play this well.
Marbury tries another 3. That's his 3rd in a row.
Young fella. The eye of the tiger.
Maybe to him it is just another game.
I was just thinking the same thing. Just thinking the same thing. He's a winner, though, and determined. You talked to Bobby Crimmins about him, and those are the 2 traits that he talks about with Stephon Marbury. He's determined, and he's a winner.
Likes him as a person, too, doesn't he? Allen had it blocked by Elisma. The foul on Eddie Elisma, his first.
Well, Tim Duncan has had a fabulous start. He's done it inside and showing you great range there. He feels good about it, and so does his dad and his sister. Look at that smile. You talk about pride and a broad, happy grin.
He's got really an odd release when he takes that jump shot. Holds the ball out in front of him and actually moves it to the left of the center of his body and sort of shoots cross-handed.
Well, the main thing, it's like a golf swing. You can have all kind of hitches before you get down into the impact area. As long as you're right there, and it's much the same with the shooter. If you're right when you release it and follow through, then all the herky-jerky motions prior to that really don't make a big difference.
I've got the hitch part down.
I heard you had the result part down, too.
Thank goodness for handicaps. Harpering, Allen comes out on him. 10-point lead. Harpering nearly lost it in the corner. What a difference a day makes for Georgia Tech. They're not turning the ball over the way they did yesterday against Maryland. Of course, Maryland ran that tremendous pressure defense. Shot clock at 7. Marbury, that may have been out of his range. Harpering with a rare offensive rebound against Wake. And Harpering will try his jumper and hit it. That's a tough kid there.
Oh, he's tough as they come. His football background clearly on display every time he takes the court because he never gets worn down. As I talk about football, we've got a guy who can throw it a little bit. Rusty LaRue handling the orange right now.
He was used to getting pounded in the pocket, too. 21-14.
How about this, Mike? Georgia Tech down big. Wake has played as well as they can play. It's a 7-point game.
Played as well as anybody can.
Exactly.
That's the value of the threes.
And no question about it.
Harpering going to be called for a foul. That's 2 on Matt Harpering. We've got a timeout on the court. 10:32 to go first half. 21-14 Wake.
From when I wake up to when I go to bed, I'm working and focusing on the business.
We went from my mom's kitchen to an 8,000 square foot facility.
My name is Sharon Waddy, and I'm the owner of Spa La La.
Why do millions of business owners count on Vistaprint?
We went to another printing company. Nothing was right.
Their hours are not 24 hours a day.
And finally, my friend was like, you need to try Vistaprint.
At Vistaprint.com, you can make anything from business cards to banners to brochures.
They make it really simple to be able to create your own product the way you want it to look.
At Vistaprint.com, it's easy and affordable to look professional.
That's how we actually got some of our first customers, was by using these postcards.
And my sister was like, this card is amazing. You actually look like a professional company now.
Go to Vistaprint.com and get 250 business cards for only $10. 250 cards, $10. Vistaprint.com.
Everything else we've had a problem with. Vistaprint not.
People really love Snapshot from Progressive. But don't just listen to me. Listen to these happy Progressive customers.
I plugged in Snapshot, and 30 days later, I was saving big on car insurance.
I was worried it would be hard to install, but it's really easy.
The better I drive, the more I save.
I wish our company had something this cool. Yeah. You're not filming this, are you?
Aw, camera shy. Snapshot from Progressive.
Plug into the savings you deserve with Snapshot from Progressive.
Hey, man, you really think I had a chance to win this thing or what?
Dude, you invented 3 catchphrases. Get some toast, because here comes the jam. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, everybody, we have a little announcement to make today. The Employee of the Month award goes to our very own Doris.
She does make a mean sloppy Joe.
I mean, how hard is that?
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in the next few months, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years, but here's the thing. He's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can watch it for free right now by going to NewAmerica24.com. Again, that's NewAmerica24.com.
So far, it's been all Wake Forest and Tim Duncan, but they only lead by 7 as Georgia Tech has knocked down threes. But take a look at the All-American Tim Duncan. Poise equals production. Great footwork down low. Now a nice screen from LaRue, and then the alley-oop. Conserved his energy there. And then the nice post-up gets Elisma out of the way, draws the foul on Maddox, and now he shows you his long-range ability. He can't do much more than that, and his family, his dad and his sister, applauding the magnificent start for Tim Duncan.
The numbers on Duncan so far, 9.7 rebounds, couple of assists. Remember at the start of the year, he led this team in assists, still averages 3.5 a game.
I loved what Dave Odom said about him yesterday in our telecast. We had a little soundbite from Coach Odom, and he talked about Duncan being aggressive in his own way. So often people say, they look at him and they say, well, he should be taking over more. He should be more aggressive. But you watch him, he's very intense and very aggressive within his own personality. And that's so, that again is attributable to his poise, I think, Mike.
Absolutely. Duncan traveled. First mistake he's made all day. Oh, you're right. He doesn't.
He's not trying to impress anybody.
He's not out there slobbering and breathing fire. He just buries you with his talent.
Right, right. And there's some fire burning underneath as well.
Absolutely.
He just doesn't show it like other folks do.
Saunders, another long-range weapon. This is Elisma. Let's see if they'll try to challenge Duncan again inside at all.
If they are going to challenge him, Elisma has to turn and face him.
Elisma goes over the top, commits the foul, trying for the follow. 2 on Eddie Elisma. And the 15th foul against Georgia Tech. The Deacons have committed 3.
Stephon Marbury, nice little banana cut there. But the reason he missed this one, Tim Duncan was in the neighborhood. Anytime you get around that rack, if you're a Georgia Tech player, you're thinking about where is the big fella and how quick can he get there.
Maddox on him. Now Rutland for 3 over Marbury. Tony Rutland has hit 2 from long range. He has 6 points to lead back to 10.
You know who's assisted on both of his hoops, don't you?
Yes, sir.
TD, Tim Duncan.
He is a very unselfish player, and when he passes the ball out, normally he hits the guy right where he wants the ball to get the shot. Got a piece of that one and came away with it. Harpering is going to come back in the ball game. Got a brief rest.
Boy, I talked about maybe some of the complimentary players stepping up. Well, the star has shown brightly so far.
Yes.
Actually, for both squads, I mean, Marbury has been the key guy helping to keep Georgia Tech close.
Loose ball. It'll be a jump ball and go to Georgia Tech on the possession arrow.
Tim Duncan has 3 assists already, 2 of them to Tony Rutland. Rutland's here. Help's going to come. Marbury's going to come in there, and then the pass is going to go right out there, folks. See, Marbury cheats inside, and that leaves Rutland alone, and Duncan finds him. Mark it up. Let's go back.
After the turnover with a 10-point lead, here comes Marbury. Jerry Braswell, number 25, Goolsby, number 5, are in for Wake Forest. Turnaround jumper by Maddox. Took it right at the big fella.
Sweet
Maddox
take.
Very aggressive inside.
And I think he can do great damage down there, but he has kind of a laid-back personality, and I think that keeps him from going in there and doing the work he's capable of down in the paint.
Barry nearly got the steal. Wake up by 8 with the basketball.
Maddox and Duncan battling inside. Tough matchup for Maddox. He needs help from his teammates to put pressure on the basketball.
Shot clock at 4, and they lost it out of bounds.
Good job defensively by Georgia Tech.
Marbury was all over Rutland. Timeout, 7:43 to go first half. An 8-point lead for Dave Odom and the Deacons.
In celebration of Black History, ESPN presents Free to Be.
It's not easy being me. I take a 6:15 bus to school every day, get good grades, and then come to practice. It's not easy being the only girl on a boys' basketball team. It may not be easy, but this is where I want to be. 24/7, 365, free to be a baller.
There's a new breakthrough for men experiencing hair loss. Introducing the new Extreme Laser Comb from Hair Club. It's quick, easy, and affordable. And the Extreme Laser Comb is revolutionary. Here's how it works. DHT forms around the hair follicle, which shortens the lifespan of your hair. The Extreme Laser Comb combats hair loss, causing the hair follicle to grow thicker, stronger hair. This new technology is FDA cleared and clinically proven to work in 93% of candidates. Call now for more information and get this free info kit mailed to you in a discreet envelope. Hair Club is the largest hair restoration provider, offering all proven hair loss solutions, non-surgical biomatrix process, hair transplants, hair therapies, and now the Extreme Laser Comb.
Hair Club is not about one tool. It's about all proven hair loss solutions. What separates us from all the other hair loss companies is that only Hair Club provides all the proven technologies and solutions for hair loss that are available.
Imagine looking in the mirror and turning back time with more hair. Call now to see if you're a candidate. Call this number to get more information on the Extreme Laser Comb and all other proven options to get your hair back. Just look at these amazing results from Hair Club's many proven options.
I found myself wearing hats all the time. And if someone out there has that same feeling, they need to go call Hair Club right now because it's changed my life completely. I'm very excited about my hair.
He was a good-looking guy before, but with his hair now, it's just this newfound confidence, and there's a glow about him you just can't match.
Hair Club provides customized hair loss solutions based on your age and type of hair loss. With locations nationwide, there's a Hair Club center near you.
What's important is how you feel about yourself and how you look. And if you want to look better, if you want to feel better about yourself, Hair Club is the way to go.
I'd looking in the back and I'd start seeing thinning, and then it just kept falling out. Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Call for a free hair analysis and you could have more hair in as little as 4 weeks. Hair Club, America's hair loss expert since 1976. Call now for your free info kit and free hair analysis.
2-point lead, no timeouts for Indiana. Got to get a good look right now. Jones. Watford for the win.
Live ESPN, available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. It's the other way to watch ESPN.
Welcome back to the ACC Championship in Greensboro. Wake Forest with the big early lead. Georgia Tech cutting into it 24-16. We have 7:43 to go first half. Mike Patrick, Clark Kellogg, Gary Danielson, our entire ESPN crew with you. The rebounding edge, as you might expect, has belonged to Wake Forest throughout the tournament. A plus 29 through 2 1/4 games.
Yeah, and the point you made about the rebounding is an excellent one as it affects Georgia Tech. They want to run a little bit, but when Wake scores as often as they have, there are no defensive rebounds and they can't run. And on the other hand, if Georgia Tech misses a shot, because Wake Forest has been so dominant on the defensive glass, there are no second shot opportunities. Sure, so nothing real easy for Georgia Tech.
Takes away an awful lot of their game. The things they're very good at, although this may be the best half-court offense I've ever seen out of a Bobby Crimmins team.
Well, again, when you've got 3 weapons like they have that have tremendous versatility, they create matchup problems. And then you factor in the improvement of Eddie Alisma, and you talk about Maddox, who can hurt you if you disregard him.
Sure.
It just becomes a very difficult half-court team to handle.
Maddox has Duncan now. And if that's on Maddox, a hold, it's his second.
That means he and Harpering both with 2 right now.
And Alisma with 2.
Oh my, that could be real crucial.
Might see Bucky Hodge getting the warm-ups off in a hurry along with Juan Gaston. LaRue with a rainbow. It's a 2. But the lead is back to 10. LaRue has really improved his ability. He was just strictly a standstill jump shooter. Now he can move and dribble.
Solid observation. He doesn't have to just catch it and shoot it now. He could shoot it off the move and off a couple of dribbles.
Maddox, nice fake. Harpering for 3.
You and I were talking during the break, Mike, and we both don't Tech can win this game if they only get perimeter shots. Now, again, the three-point shot is an unbelievable weapon and equalizer, but I'd have to think they've got to get some stuff in transition, and they need to get some stuff inside off penetration.
I believe they have 1 shot inside of 17 feet that they've made today. That was Maddox at the baseline.
Nice little penetration and pitch, kind of pseudo penetration there. Maddox got by his guy just enough to create a little bit of help and then was able to pitch it to Harper.
Tech hanging in there, 5 out of 9 from 3-point range. Offensive foul called on Marbury. Good interior defense by Wake Forest. Allen will go out. Ricky Peral will come back in. That was the 7th team foul against Georgia Tech, so they're in the bonus already. The Deacons have committed only 3.
Well, you know, we always like to keep an eye on the free throw game. That's one of the games within the game, and when Wake Forest is able to win that, they win just about all the time.
They are 3rd in the conference in free throw shooting at 70.5, but in conference play alone, they're up near 75%. Allen, a 70% free throw shooter, will go to the line. 1-1. And there you see the comparison between non-ACC games where they really struggled and what they've done during the ACC season. 75%. Any team's going to take that. The lead is 8. Allen going for his second. Rimmed out. Harpering gets it to Marbury. Run a screen for Saunders. And we've got a foul away from the ball. I believe it's Goolsby with a hold. Men's tournament selection special, 6:27 Eastern. We'll find out all about the field, followed by the women's NCAA selection special. And as Marbury scores, only the second interior basket they've had in the entire game. 27-21. Looky here. Georgia Tech within 6. Duncan out high.
Georgia Tech's been all man-to-man. They've been known to throw a little triangle and 2 at other teams. But when you've got an inside guy like Duncan and shooters like Perrault and LaRue and Goolsby and Rutland, you can't play gimmick defenses. You've just got to determine if you're going to try to play man-to-man and then try to pick your poison.
Maddox will try a 3. He's got the range. Wake Forest is shooting 80% from the floor, 12 out of 15, and Georgia Tech has crawled back within 5. How about that?
And they can't run away from the Yellow Jackets.
No. Duncan gets it low. Finally missed his shot, got a rebound, and saved it. Double teamed at the baseline and stepped out of bounds. Georgia Tech's poise has been a huge key in this. A lot of teams would have gone, oh my goodness,
you're exactly
what's
right.
happening?
But you made the point earlier. This is a team that has won 9 straight. This is a team that has come back in a number of conference games to win. So the confidence factor is what leads to having the poise to stay within yourself, even though the other team is playing on fire in the first 8 or 9 minutes of the game.
LaRue with a travel. That is the 8th turnover against Wake Forest, and they have done Georgia Tech a couple of favors in the last 5 minutes. The big 3 and their teammates have come to play. Harpering against Perrault. Gives up a couple of inches, and Perrault got a piece of it. Rutland hustles. Knocked away from behind, but right to LaRue. Duncan tries for the follow. Doesn't get it. Got it the second time.
He's not aggressive. Come again, folks. That's a double-double already.
13 points, 11 boards with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Wake showing a little zone now. But if you show zone, you need to make sure you tag shooters.
Marbury doesn't get this one. Saunders with a rebound.
And then the other thing about the zone, no individual blockout responsibilities.
Saunders left alone, going for the runner. Short Duncan just owns the boards.
All his.
31-24. Rutland looks over to Dave Odom. Rutland for 3, way out.
That's just what they called, Mike. They wanted to get that shot for Tony Rutland on that side of the floor. You saw Dave Odom signal it, and they executed it beautifully.
34-24. Rutland has hit 3 threes. Berry open for 3. Goes to Harpering instead. Now back to Berry. 3. Won't go. Duncan may get 40 rebounds before this is over. He has 12 already. Rutland. He is on fire. Four out of 5 for Rutland. The lead is back to 13. 20-second timeout for Georgia Tech. sequence for the Deacons, challenged by the Jackets, and they just explode again.
7-0 run by the Wake Forest after it got to within 5. Actually, 8-0 run. There you take a look at the screen here, set by Goolsby, and there's Rutland right in this area. And Dave Oldham called this play. He was adamant and demonstrative about let's go to the left side and run it for Tony.
You really have to hand it to Rutland. When Randolph Childress was here a year ago, Childress was the main focus of the outside game, and now Rutland has had to become the point guard and a scorer from outside. He's done a great job.
He really has.
Maddox will try a 3. Off of Ricky Peral, out of bounds to Georgia Tech. We've got a timeout on the court. 2:20 to go in the first half. Wake by 13.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, and no matter what stadium I'd broadcast from, I would always have to find the closest bathroom, just in case I had that sudden urge to go. My prostate was giving me fits.
But then I heard about Super Beta Prostate's nationwide 1,000,000-bottle giveaway, and I got a free bottle. What a difference it made. I don't have to go as often, and I don't have to get up at night as much. Now I wake up refreshed and ready to tackle anything. Super Beta Prostate has sold over 5 million bottles. You have to take 100 saw palmetto capsules to get the same amount of beta-cytosterol as you would from just one Super Beta Prostate tablet.
If you want a stronger urine flow and a more complete emptying of your bladder, I recommend Super Beta Prostate.
Don't accept the issues that come with an aging prostate. Get Super Beta Prostate today. It works for me during the day and at night.
Call now and we'll send every new customer a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Just pay shipping and handling. Call 800-658-8280. 800-658-8280.
I was so tired of looking old and fat and ugly that I couldn't take it one more minute. So, you know what I did? I ordered me Nutrisystem. And here I am, folks, 32 pounds thinner. Ain't it pretty? All good looks aside, though, folks. Here's the bottom line. I was overweight, out of shape, and my health was pitiful. So I decided to lose the weight and get myself healthy. And man, Nutrisystem's success is so easy. You get 5 fantastic meals a day. All you gotta do is eat them. They taste great, and they're good for you. How much easier can you get?
Save 40%. It's Nutrisystem's 40th anniversary sales event. You'll choose 5 fantastic meals, plus a daily protein shake for between meals. At about $2 a meal, it's our best price since 2003.
Call Nutrisystem right now, and you'll be looking pretty like me before you know it.
Are you in need of some extra cash, but payday isn't for another week? Would an extra $1,200 help you out right now? Well, National Money Tree is here to help, and no credit check is required. Whatever the reason may be, car troubles, medical bills, credit card bills, or you just need some cash to get you to your next paycheck. National Money Tree is an online network of over 90 lenders who can get you up to $1,200 in your bank account as early as today. So go to nationalmoneytree.com right now.
You guys seen my watch?
No.
Hey, look.
Thanks.
Huh. My retainer.
So fixed. I think we found Kyrie Irving. What are you guys doing?
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wake Forest has built his lead back up, 37-24, 2:20 to go in the half, Clark.
An 8-0 run after Georgia Tech had cut it to within 5. And look at the balance of the shot chart. The orange balls indicate made hoops, folks. The white ones obviously are missed shots. And what you've got here is plenty around the three-point line, obviously, and then a bunch graped up inside.
They've hit 5 out of 6 from long range. Rutland with 4 out of 5. Georgia Tech shooting very well from long range, 6 out of 13, but that withers in comparison to 5 out of 6.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is, if we had a shot chart for Georgia Tech, I don't know if you see any grapes inside.
Very few.
You might see a lot of white. Yeah, you might see a lot of white circles inside.
Harpring tries one from long range. Duncan rips down another one. 13 boards.
That's more than Georgia Tech has. Actually, that's twice as many as Georgia Tech has as a team.
He's going for what Marty Aronoff calls that vision test double-double, the 2020.
I like that. That's elite company at any level when you do the 2020 deal.
Goolsby with a miss. Perall with a follow.
How about the tip by Duncan? You ought to give him an assist on that. I don't know if they will officially give him one, but that was an intentional play. I mean, he controlled it and threw it and tapped it ahead to Ricky Perall.
39-24. Critical time here for Georgia Tech. They really need to cut into this lead. Marbury, nice move down the lane, had it blocked. That may have been Perall instead of Duncan. Rutland nearly threw it away, saved by LaRue. Perall walked.
Let's take a look at that last play by Tim Duncan. Shot by LaRue, I think Goolsby actually. Now Duncan knows he can't get it, but he knew Perall was there.
That's beautiful.
That really is. That's tremendous basketball. Look at this line, folks. Look at this line. No, we haven't even gotten to the, is it the Delta Foster today? Halftime report? Not this week, not today.
Don't know.
But we haven't even gotten to halftime is the point. That's the point. And he's got, what does he have, 15 and 14?
15 and 14. We still have 45 seconds left.
Man.
Harpring gets to the baseline, had it blocked by Perall. Duncan comes up with this one. 15-point lead and a chance to go for virtually the last shot of the half.
20-second timeout here to do just that. Diagram the halftime, the last second shot here.
Coming up at the halftime, Chris Digger and Dick all in the studio. We'll take a look at the Big 8 championship, preview the SEC title game, and talk about teams on the bubble. This is one of the most nervous times for coaches in that situation. Even the ones that have great records, they're not going to believe it till they hear it.
Right, exactly. And then you want to know, when you do know you're in, you want to know what your seeding is, who you're going to play, where you're going to have to go. It really is an anxious moment, but a fun and exciting moment. And fellas back there in the studio, Tim Duncan making a statement about maybe player of the year in the country. Now I know my man Dick has hyped up Marcus Camby all year long, and with good case.
Justifiably.
No question about it, but you certainly have to make a case for Tim Duncan as well.
Marbury on Rutland, 21 seconds to go in the hand. Perall ready with a high screen. Harpring switches to Rutland. Rutland leans inside one. Goolsby has the offensive rebound. That's the half. Textbook basketball for the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, who scored inside and outside and leave Bobby Crimmins and his club shaking their head down 15. That's the first half from Greensboro.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
2-point lead, no timeouts for Indiana. Got to get a good look right now. Jones. Watford for the win.
Live ESPN, available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. It's the other way to watch ESPN.
Bitter rivals and a bracket buster turn up the heat on ESPN. St. Mary's Murray State at 6, Ohio State, Michigan at 9, Saturday on ESPN.
If you're worried that your mom or dad are unsafe living alone and you need information about what to do and where to go next, then call or log on to A Place for Mom. A Place for Mom is a free elder care referral service. Our local elder care experts will give you free information on assisted living communities and other senior living options.
Are you worried about an elderly loved one? Then you need to talk to an elder care expert. A Place for Mom has helped hundreds of thousands of families find the right elder care solution.
Mom was having problems living alone. Todd and I were so worried until we called A Place for Mom and found the right care. Now she's safe and we're all happy.
This is a free service, so call toll-free.
A Place for Mom is a free elder care information service. Call in the next 10 minutes and get this free information-packed ebook, When the Child Becomes the Parent. Call now, 800-883-5246, 800-883-5246, 800-883-5246.
At the half of the ACC Championship game, 39-24, Clark, it has been the Tim Duncan show.
It certainly has been. He's been accused of being low profile and high power. Today, he has been high power and high profile, showing you his whole package today. Down in the low box, the nice little jump hook. Turn to that left shoulder, extension, release, mark it up. Excellent vision here. Look at the eyes, folks. Now tell me that's not an assist. Look, he's looking right at Ricardo Peral. This is an assist. I don't know if they credited him with one here or not, but in my book, that is a dime and a beautiful dime. And then here, the long-range J, little quirky stroke, but the result, nothing but bottom. And he felt good about that long-distance J. You know the thing about him, I think he sees himself as a basketball player. He doesn't want to be pigeonholed into a position. At the next level, he'll be a combination 4 or 5 guy. He'll play center and he'll play some power forward. But I think what really makes him special is he's a bass. He can handle it. He wants to pass. He wants to make the right plays. I mean, he's just a special talent.
LaRue inside the line with a miss. Eddie Elisma only with his second rebound of the game. Georgia Tech got within 5, but didn't score in the last 5:15 of the first half after that. Marbury, Elisma, Barry. Maddox for 3. LaRue with a rebound.
Georgia Tech was out-rebounded 23-7 in that first half, in large part because they didn't get any kind of penetration. So all of the shots were from the perimeter, and that allowed Wake, with Tim Duncan in there, to clean up the defensive glass.
Duncan, a little fadeaway, won't go. Elisma with a board. Duncan on the verge of setting tournament and single-game rebounding records in the ACC that go all the way back to 1955 for Ronnie Shavlik.
Well, I think they've really got to see.
Maddox, nice play.
Good strong move. One of the few inside opportunities for Georgia Tech. But in addition to doing some of that, Mike, they need their senior leader, Drew Barry, to step up and get off this half.
Barry going for the steal against LaRue. With the inability to run, Barry only had 2 assists in the first half. Wake shot lights out, so they can't get any fast breaks going, where they get a lot of their points. And now they're trying to trap, putting pressure on, and a bad pass by Rutland. Here comes Harpering back the other way. Tries to pull up jumper and hit it.
Well done. Good decision there by Harpering.
Georgia Tech gets the first 4 of the half. Here come the Jackets again. Bobby Crimmins knew he had to apply some defensive pressure and is doing just that. Peral comes outside to help. Allen backing in on Maddox.
Well, nice double
team.
Good job.
Ricky Peral, first 3 in the ACC tournament. Through the regular season, he was number 2 in the country, over 50% from long range, but had struggled early. 42-28. That was a big stopper to kill momentum.
And one of those rally wreckers, I like to call them.
Harp Harpering penetrates, can't get it over Duncan, and Tim comes out with another rebound, his 16th. The single game record in an ACC championship is 21. Duncan. Maddox got a piece of him, but not enough. If he makes the free throw, he'll have 16 and 16 so far.
Well, here you see him on the move, catch, sees the daylight, and then goes hard to the rack. Ready to take the contact, knew it was coming, and then went strong to the cup. There you look at a guy who's loving what he's doing. Really starting to have passion for the game.
Missed the free throw. The lead is back to 16 points. Berry goes baseline, little pull-up J, won't go. Harpering couldn't keep it alive. Allen with a rebound and the foul on Drew Berry.
We'll take a look at Drew. He has yet to score. Was 0 of 1. I'm sorry, it was 0 of 4 and now is 0 of 5 for the game. And he does have 3 assists, but they need his numbers. Well, I mentioned that Tim Duncan starting to show passion. I think he's always had passion for the game. Maybe a little more demonstrative on occasion and showing it is what I really wanted to say there.
But as we pointed out through the tournament, that doesn't mean he is not giving you every ounce of energy on every play, because he is. Allen nearly lost it, now does. Berry on the run with Marbury. Marbury scores and the foul. Huge play from Stephon Marbury.
That's where his strength comes into play. Good push of the ball by Berry. Good spacing in transition. And again, one of the few transition opportunities for Tech. Created by the turnover. Nice job by Berry to get it to him right when he did. And then Peral late getting there, never really able to establish position. And Marbury with that explosion. Strong off 2 feet. Great concentration. And gets the hoop to fall, plus the harm.
Marbury trying to convert the 3 and does. You mentioned Berry getting him the ball at the right time. That's one of his strengths, knowing when to give a guy the
exactly
ball.
That's how you pile up those assists.
And he does. First Tech free throw of the game. They're back within 13. 15:57 to go. Rutland tries a tough 3 over Marbury. Peral with a long rebound, and Rutland says why not.
They don't want to give this championship up, Mike. They want to make history. They want to be one of the few ACC teams to say we did it back-to-back in the tournament.
Tony Rutland has 5 threes and 15 points.
We talked about him at the top as being one of those other guys that could step up. But I didn't know both him and Duncan would have superlative efforts.
15:41 to go in the championship game.
Let me tell you about a very important phone call I made. When I got my Medicare card, I realized I needed an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance card too.
Medicare is one of the great things about turning 65, but it doesn't cover everything. In fact, it only pays up to 80% of your Part B expenses. If you're already on or eligible for Medicare, call now to find out how an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company, helps cover some of the medical expenses not paid by Medicare Part B. That can save you from paying up to thousands of dollars out of your own pocket. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. When you call now, you'll get this free information kit with all you need to enroll, so you can join the millions of people who have already put their trust in AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare.
The prices are competitive. I can keep my own doctor,
and I don't need a referral to see a specialist.
Call now to get a free information kit. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare. And the advantages don't end there. Choose from a range of Medicare supplement plans that are all competitively priced. We have a plan for almost everyone, so you could find one that fits your needs and budget. With all Medicare supplement plans, there are virtually no claim forms to fill out. Plus, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare. And best of all, these plans are the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP.
When they told me these plans were endorsed by AARP,
I had only one thing to say. Sign me up.
Call the number on your screen now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan. You'll get this free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare to help you choose the plan that's right for you. As with all Medicare supplement plans, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare, get help paying for what Medicare doesn't, and save up to thousands of dollars. Call this toll-free number now.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-264-8917.
You guys seen my watch?
No.
Hey, look.
Thanks.
Huh. My retainer.
So fixed. I think we found Kyrie Irving.
What are you guys doing?
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
Well, if we're talking about Wake Forest, we've got to be featuring the big fella, strong to the rack, +1. And Tony Rutland, his partner in crime, doing it from deep. This is the second in the same possession from behind the arc. He missed the initial one, but it looks to me as though these Demon Deacons not to be denied, at least so far.
Duncan 15 and 16 inside. Rutland has hit 5 of 7 threes, shooting with great confidence. And the one thing that gets lost often for Wake Forest, they are a very good defensive team. They are 6th in the nation in scoring defense, and that adds to Georgia Tech's woes.
Well, in all of the conference games, Georgia Tech shot sub 40% or right around 40% 3 times. Twice it happened against Wake Forest.
And they're shooting 34% today.
And another point to make, only Stephon Marbury of the Georgia Tech key players has scored his average against Wake Forest in the 2 prior meetings.
Barry can't hit the long 3, and another rebound. 17 for Tim Duncan. Rutland pull-up jumper over Marbury. And Marbury with a loose ball. The lead 16. Georgia Tech has to start cutting into it. And Barry throws it past the cutting Marbury.
Drew is really struggling. Nothing easy. And the point you made about the inability of Tech to get into the transition game, I think that fuels Drew's game to a certain degree. And he's been unable to get anything really going in transition. And in the half court, they've really done a nice job chesting him up and staying in front of him.
They need for Wake Forest to miss a few shots so they can get the rebound and run. But they don't.
Well, how are you going to play Wake Forest? Rutland will hurt you outside along with LaRue and Perrault. Duncan, if you play him one-on-one, he's impossible to stop down there.
Pick your poison.
Exactly.
Wake Forest is playing the way they played earlier in the year when they looked virtually unbeatable before they had the slump. Duncan to Rutland. And Rutland goes down hard. Harpering got a piece of him on the way by. It looked like Harpering got all ball, even though Rutland went down hard. The Wake Forest fans didn't like the call.
I think Rutland just came down awkwardly, and it appeared that maybe he got bumped when maybe he just created the fall himself.
Not the only thing that hasn't gone well for the Deacons here in Greensboro. They've taken a lot of grief for those new shoes.
Well, believe me, folks, it's never the shoes. It's not the equipment. It's what's in them. And you take a look. There it is right there. I don't know if he wrenched his ankle or sprained the knee there or maybe caught a cramp midstream. Let's take a look from another angle. Wanting to explode.
I think he hurt his right ankle when he planted the foot even before the contact.
I think you're right. That's what it looked like.
And fortunately, Rutland able to walk to the bench. Let's go to Gary Danielson. Gary?
Mike, it was happened right in front of me. Rutland's knee gave way as he jumped. He was not hit. It happened, and I saw the expression on his face. His knee gave way just as he exploded into the jump. Very dangerous for a basketball player. You know that jumper knee, Clark.
Yeah, I know all about the knee problems. Hopefully it's nothing serious with Tony.
And, of course, the fans thought there was a foul on the play, but the replay showed clearly there was not. Berry trying to penetrate, tries the runner, and Duncan snatches another one. 18 rebounds for Tim Duncan. He has 52 in the 3 games of the tournament. Braswell. Here comes Berry, one of the rare chances to run. Harpring kicks it out to Marbury, wide open for the 3 and hit it. Stephon Marbury has 4 long-range jumpers, has 17 points. One of the sweetest freshmen to ever play here or anywhere else.
You've got that right. He's got fat game. And he's the only guy that brought his game for Georgia Tech so far.
Goolsby. Duncan working on Elisma, stepped out of bounds.
Ran out of room along the baseline. And you got those size 16s, 17s. It's tough to shoehorn that baseline as we look at Marbury in transition. Nice feed, good ball movement, and the results you want.
Harpring wants it low, can't get it. Instead, Elisma will go into the lane over Duncan. Got the roll. Very aggressive move by Eddie Elisma. Back to within 13. You don't see any panic on the Georgia Tech faces. Berry nearly took it from LaRue. This is Goolsby. Duncan where they would like him to be, 15 feet away. Ricky Peral has hit his last 2 3-point shots and has 10. When he scores, this team is tough to beat.
And he didn't score yesterday, so you know he's a little salty about that, and he's looking to make a contribution when he gets a look.
From 3-point range, Wake is 8 out of 12. Maddox, nice spin move into the lane.
Well, the only thing about it, you know Georgia Tech has the capability of coming back. But, you know, comebacks are kind of like trying to set up that special evening with your significant other. Sometimes you go through so much trouble to get everything just right that when you get to the end of the deal, you can't close it out.
Duncan blocked by Elisma, kept it alive, goes back up and scores. I need to hear the rest of that story, where that comes from.
Well, let your imagination roll a little bit.
I've got it.
Okay, all right.
But you're right. Duncan, 19 points, 19 rebounds. Maddox lost it on the way into the lane. Knocked away. Maddox had it back. LaRue. Ahead to Braswell. Duncan had Goolsby open, didn't see him in time. LaRue really worked hard to become a ball handler. And now he throws this one away. 54-38.
And Georgia Tech had a little run going, but stymied again by guess who? The big fella. Doing it all at both ends.
Hanging pictures is a headache. All the nails, hooks, and hardware, and the damage they do to walls. What a nightmare. Not anymore. Introducing InstaHang, the revolutionary wall peg dispensing tool that lets you hang any picture, any object, big or small, on any wall in seconds. Just load the peg strip, place flush to the wall, and peg. It's so simple. InstaHang pops in a peg that won't budge, so you can hang a painting in a flash, complete a photo gallery fast, or give any room an extreme makeover in minutes. The secret is in the angled peg design that angles up for a super tight grip that never slips. They'll even hold the big stuff sure and secure. Proudly hang professional awards and achievements in your office. Hang the Kids Sports Awards for everyone to see. Or let them decorate with their own creativity. Use InstaHang on drywall or wood, inside or out. Snap on the accessory cap to cover the peg. Or add on a handy hanging hook. The hooks make hanging large pictures and paintings with wire fast and easy. All the accessories store inside the tool, always at your fingertips. InstaHang has a built-in bubble level, a convenient measuring guide, and it automatically reloads itself so you can hang multiple pictures in record time. It's great for renters and college students because it won't damage walls. Hang a bulky shelf or cabinet with ease, and hanging a decorative tapestry is a breeze. Dad can organize his tools and toys while Mom hangs a bulky decorative clock. Whether it's one picture or an entire wall, InstaHang hangs them all. And now the complete InstaHang toolkit, complete with a peg dispensing tool and 50-piece accessory kit, is yours for just $14.99. But wait, call now and we'll include as a bonus an additional 50-piece accessory kit and this precision laser level with dual bubble levels and a retractable tape measure for hanging pictures perfect every time. Just pay separate processing and handling. Get the InstaHang with 100-piece accessory set and the precision laser level of $50 value, all for only $14.99. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-513-5507. That's 1-800-513-5507. 2-point lead. No timeouts for Indiana.
Gotta get a good look right now.
Jones. Watford for the win.
Live ESPN, available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. It's the other way to watch ESPN.
Bitter rivals and a bracket buster turn up the heat on ESPN. St. Mary's Murray State at 6, Ohio State, Michigan at 9. Saturday on ESPN.
Team Dr. Walt Carl is with Tony Rutland right now. The first word is that it's a knee sprain. They're just calling it questionable, but it looked very dangerous to me when he exploded on that jump.
Boy, that would be horrible news for Wake Forest. They'll obviously need Rutland in the NCAA tournament. You'd hate to see the young man be disappointed by being hurt this late in the year.
No doubt about that. Let's hope it's just a slight sprain that he can recover from. If not today, then certainly by the time they tee it up next week.
He'll have a week. Walked off pretty well. Marbury a long three.
Nothing but rope.
Back to 13. Stephon Marbury has hit 5 long-range shots. He has 20.
And you know what that's called, don't you? That's called in the gym range. Just anywhere in the building, and I can find a way to get it in the hole.
He is raining threes. Goolsby blocked by Alesma. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech.
Well, let's see how Wake Forest is able to handle the absence of Tony Rutland, who was playing so well. As you look at Goolsby trying to get to the hole. Good block by Alesma. Went up and got all ball. But Goolsby has played well. He scored over 30 points in his last 3 games. So he's been a significant contributor off the bench of late.
Marbury goes in, fouled by Duncan. Yesterday, Duncan had 4 personal fouls. That's his first today, as Georgia Tech has rarely challenged him.
2 shots.
Marbury 10th in the ACC in free throw shooting.
Nice little backdoor cut here by Marbury. At least we're going to come up.
Marbury hits the first one. 21 points for the freshman from Brooklyn. Scored 62 points in the first 3 games so far.
There you take a look at Marbury's brothers and sister. Eric there to the right. Marcia there in the middle. Zach on the left, the younger one. And you wouldn't have to have somebody tell you that was Stephon's brother, would you?
No.
Striking resemblance. And he's got pretty good game, too, I understand.
Hit the 10-minute mark. It's an 11-point game. Georgia Tech looking at near perfection. They're still in it, though.
Exactly. Good point, Mike. Despite all that Wake has done.
Braswell, great cut the dish from the big guy. Marbury back the other way. Saunders got the bucket. When they can push it, they're as good as anybody.
There you take a look at Rutland. He made it back out onto the court, and you're right about pushing it. If they can somehow create some open court opportunities, they can get back into it in a hurry. And Rutland has that sleeve on his right knee, which in my mind means he may try to give it a shot.
Duncan gets it deep.
Tell me he didn't do that, Mike. Tell me he didn't change hands midstream.
He's just got superb confidence, and why not? Virtually everything works. Marbury saved by Elisma. Barry goes to Harpring. Peral's giving him some trouble out there. Harpring loses it going underneath, saved by Elisma. Saunders pull-up jumper, too strong. Harpring's got it underneath. Nice reverse.
Look at him work. And you're right. Peral gives him problems. I made the point earlier because he's just as quick and he's a little longer. So he can cover ground and still bother his shot, stay off of him and still bother his shot. But Harpring showing you that persistence pays on that offensive glass.
Duncan comes out high. Saunders gambled on Goolsby. Now the ball's loose, and there's Marbury. Tech can get it to single digits. Drew Barry for three. Got it!
He needed it, too.
Yes, he did. Didn't hesitate on the shot.
That's a good point because he struggled all game, but that's leadership. That's a fifth-year senior saying, hey, it's time to make a statement and we can get back in it. I'm not going to back away from this shot.
He had missed his first 7. Hits a pull-up 3 in rhythm to cut the lead to 8. This is remarkable.
Push the ball. You made the point earlier, and often when they can get it up and down a little bit, they can hurt you. There you see the signal. Three-pointer, folks, all day long.
And this is not to put all the onus on Drew Barry, the comparison of these numbers, but look what he's done in the wins, look what he's done in the losses. But you have to consider the performances of all the other players in with those numbers because his numbers go up as other people play well.
Exactly.
There's his mom. She has seen him have a truly brilliant point guard career at Georgia Tech.
And Drew is kind of a facilitator. The other guys look up to him.
Yes.
So they feed off of his energy and his production.
Right now, Georgia Tech trying to feed off of its defense. The block by Maddox. Boy, he thought he had all ball on that one. That'll be 4 on Michael Maddox.
Again, a called play. Dave Odom sensing momentum slipping away. Let's go to our franchise and get it to him in scoring position. And he drew a foul as Maddox playing behind him.
Rutland comes back in with that brace. Let's go to Gary.
Mike, I talked to Tony Rutland, and I asked him, could he go back in? And he said yes. As soon as it got down to 8 points, Dick Odom looked over to him. Are you ready? And Tony Rutland said, put me in.
Good to see him back.
No question.
The numbers on Duncan, 22 points, 19 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, a couple of steals.
That is stuffing the stat sheet.
60 to 50, Wake by 10.
From when I wake up to when I go to bed, I'm working and focusing on the business.
We went from my mom's kitchen to an 8,000 square foot facility.
My name is Sharon Waddy, and I'm the owner of Spa La La.
Why do millions of business owners count on Vistaprint?
We went to another printing company. Nothing was right.
Their hours are not 24 hours a day.
And finally, my friend was like, you need to try Vistaprint.
At Vistaprint.com, you can make anything from business cards to banners to brochures.
They make it really simple to be able to create your own product the way you want it to look.
At Vistaprint.com, it's easy and affordable to look professional.
That's how we actually got some of our first customers, was by using these postcards.
And my sister was like, this card is amazing. You actually look like a professional company now.
Go to Vistaprint.com and get 250 business cards for only $10. 250 cards, $10. Vistaprint.com.
Everything else we've had a problem with. Vistaprint not.
Are you in need of some extra cash, but payday isn't for another week? Would an extra $1,200 help you out right now? Well, National Money Tree is here to help, and no credit check is required. Whatever the reason may be, car troubles, medical bills, credit card bills, Or you just need some cash to get you to your next paycheck. National Money Tree is an online network of over 90 lenders who can get you up to $1,200 in your bank account as early as today. So go to nationalmoneytree.com right now.
You guys seen my watch?
No.
Hey, look.
Thanks.
Huh. My retainer.
So fits. I think we found Kyrie Irving.
What are you guys doing?
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
At Ruby Tuesday, you know lunch can be relaxing. Come in and try our limited-time lunch special for just $5.99. It starts with our made-from-scratch garlic cheese biscuits. Includes Ruby Tuesday's new Endless Salad Bowl with the crispest lettuce, our legendary croutons, and Parmesan cheese. And a choice of flavorful house-made soups like white bean chicken chili or broccoli cheddar. Come on in and enjoy our $5.99 lunch special while it lasts. Ruby Tuesday, your place.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
From Greensboro, Wake 8 out of 12 from 3. Tim Duncan 23 and 19 with still 7:53 to go. Georgia Tech has hit 47% of the threes. Marbury has carried the scoring load. He's been brilliant from outside, 5 out of 7.
There you see Stephon Marbury and the improvement he's made in his game from the beginning of the season to now in terms of recognizing that he had to fit in, blend in, get off the gas pedal on occasion, and still have the freedom to get his offense has really been a significant part of the improvement in Georgia Tech's season.
Barry short-armed that last jump shot.
You know, sometimes, to paraphrase a Bible passage, sometimes you have to lose your life to save it. In other words, sometimes you have to lose a little bit of yourself within the team concept in order for the team to be the best that it can be. And that's what happened with Georgia Tech, I think. They realized that, hey, we've got some talent, but they weren't on the same page. Everybody was a little too worried about themselves. Well, they've lost themselves in the team concept, and they've been one of the hottest teams in basketball because of it.
Marbury is bumped by Braswell. That'll be his first foul. I think you're absolutely right. When they were 6 and 7 at the end of December, just about everybody wrote them off, and they had a team meeting and talked about it, and they've come out smoking ever since.
They had multiple team meetings.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a couple of mini conventions, but it worked. And guys got together and recognized roles, and the rest is history, at least till this point.
Saunders was reluctant to take the three. Marbury goes inside to Maddox, kicks it back to Saunders for three. Won't go. Ronnie Shavlik's 54 rebound and a tournament record has just been tied by Tim Duncan. It goes all the way back to 1955. And this is going to be an offensive foul on who?
Goolsby. I think he got the chicken wing out, Mike. There you take a look at the record.
Let's go to Gary Danielson. Gary?
Mike, another report. Tony Rutland just came off, told Dave Odom he cannot play. He's out.
Oh, that's a shame. He's got the ice bag on the knee. Hopefully with a week's rest, he will be fine. Marbury from way downtown. Out of bounds, the ball will go back to Tech. Right now, Georgia Tech needs the big hoop. They're down by 10 with 6:39. They keep toying with it, but they've got to make the run. Marbury for three. Ouch. You could hear that one.
I don't think it has to be a three either, Mike.
No.
The big hoop. I think they just need a productive possession. Doesn't have to be a triple.
And then keep up the defensive intensity.
Wake Forest has 5 fouls.
Great pass to Maddox. He missed it, but Saunders tipped it in. It's an 8-point game.
They still need another basket or two to get it down to 6 or below to really get Wake Forest on their heels.
This is as close as it's been since it was 31-24. LaRue Leave me alone, I'll bury it. Back to 10. There's his wife and son.
Tammy and Riley hanging out.
62-52 with 5:56 to go. The young man born the 31st of January. She actually won more letters and honors in high school in athletics than her husband did. It's a 10-point game. 5:56 to go.
Women love men that are groomed to the max, but grooming certain areas can be a problem. Razor blades can cut you, and scissors can poke you. Now, there's MicroTouch Max, designed to go where razors and scissors shouldn't go. For safe, precise grooming that gets as close as a blade, yet is safe to the touch. It's our latest trimmer with a built-in light to help you groom without missing a single hair. The sleek design gives you perfect control, so you can keep the back of your neck barbershop perfect by yourself. Remove unsightly ear hair with just a touch. Embarrassing nose hair, gone like that. Sideburns straight and even. Mustaches and beards neat and clean. Got bushy eyebrows? Just snap on the guide and you're groomed to the max in seconds. Look at the difference. The new MicroTouch Max grooms from head to toe and anywhere in between. Powerful enough for the tough stuff, yet gentle even on the most sensitive skin. It gets as close as a blade, yet is safe to the touch, guaranteed. The snap-on guide lets you control just how much hair is removed. Remove a little, a lot, or remove it all and show off that hard body. What a great way for women to keep the man in their life perfectly groomed. Or for moms who want to keep their kids looking neat and clean between haircuts. MicroTouch Max replaces expensive trimmers like these and goes places they can't with micro precision for only $14.99. So avoid those risky razor cuts, put down the pointy scissors, and go with MicroTouch Max, the safe, precise solution for always being groomed to the max. Call now and you'll also get our 10-piece grooming kit as a bonus. Just pay shipping. It includes every grooming tool you need to always look your best. That's right, you get the MicroTouch Max and our 10-piece grooming kit, all for just $14.99. This is a TV-only offer, so call now.
To order your MicroTouch Max, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-933-8576. That's 1-800-933-8576. So don't delay. Call 1-800-933-8576 and order now.
2-point lead, no timeouts for Indiana.
Got to get a good look right now.
Jones. Watford for the win.
Live ESPN, available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. It's the other way to watch ESPN.
Still a 10-point lead, 5:56 left.
And Rusty LaRue just gave Wake Forest a little more breathing room. Marbury's momentum carries him away from LaRue. He wasn't able to put the brakes on. Nobody came to help him out, and LaRue, recognizing he had a wide-open 12-footer.
Let's go to Gary Danielson, Gary.
Like I'm with Tammy LaRue and little Riley LaRue here. And Tammy, he's got 7 games already he's seen.
Yeah, 7 games.
And in 5 weeks, if he continues at this pace, he'll see nearly 1,500 games before he's 21. That's more than Dick Vitale.
All right.
And he's got more hair, too.
Yeah, with the hair, but he's got a lot.
Mike.
All right, Gary, thanks. And thank you, Tammy.
Boy, what a special feeling that is to have that newborn life in your midst. The responsibility of that.
Reach-in foul by LaRue. That will be his 4th, and he was playing defense with his hands and arms that time. Hey, excuse me. Well, they'll give him 3. And that was the 6th team foul. The next will put the Jackets in the bonus.
Well, with that,
checks back in.
With that being the case, Mike, I think Georgia Tech has to think about trying to drive it again.
Harpering for 3. It's a 7-point game.
I meant drive it in from the 3-point line. That's what I meant.
Of course you did.
But really, they do have a significant advantage here, Georgia Tech. They've only got 3 team fouls, and therefore they can be very aggressive while the next Wake Forest foul sends them to the line.
Duncan working on Leisman, nearly lost the ball. Travel? No, foul. The Wake Forest fans have got to be sitting in this Coliseum saying to themselves, what's wrong with this picture? We are playing superbly. I mean, we're just playing incredibly, and we're up by 7.
Yeah, that's just a tremendous. It really is. I mean, it's amazing that Georgia Tech is right here. I mean, they're well within striking distance.
Wake is shooting 63%. They're hitting threes. Duncan's been brilliant, and they can't put it away.
See, that's what the Leesman has to do. Try to push Tim Duncan off the block. Boy, they're really working inside.
This is his favorite spot. He's got such a soft touch. Even when it doesn't look great going up, it goes in. Barry left it for Saunders. Oh, what a pass.
What a grab, too. I mean, that ball was suspended for about a half, two counts there.
It's like hockey when you leave, just go across the line and leave it.
Good job by Saunders to come in there and get it and then get it to the hole.
Marbury trying to pick LaRue's pocket. LaRue takes him down the lane with a left hand. What is your Warriors going after each other here? Barry back the other way. Goes for the jam and he's fouled.
Keep your eyes up, folks. This one has picked up speed. Look at these guys work. Duncan goes from side to side. Doesn't get it on that side of the block. Now he goes to his favorite side, his sweet side. Drop into that left shoulder, extend and shoot the jump hook. The favorable bounce. Now Barry knows he's got company, decides to try to punch it, and made a good decision going strong to the rack to draw the foul.
4 fouls on Ricky Peral. Barry misses the first free throw. He's an 80% shooter. What the big three have done as far as the tournament is concerned, and today you see Barry's numbers way down.
Well, that foul put Wake Forest over the limit. Georgia Tech still has a couple to give, but the point I brought up earlier about how much this trying to come back take out of you, we'll see evidence of that here in the next 3 or 4 minutes possibly.
Peral with a long rebound on the miss by LaRue. Now Peral will kick it back outside. We're inside 4 minutes.
You're trying to come back. You got to play good defense. You got to get every rebound. Everything has to almost be perfect for you.
And oftentimes, just when you get back, you're out of gas. Duncan with a jumper. Tim Duncan with 27 points. 20 boards. Great pass to Harpering from Barry. Georgia Tech will not fold. This is like Frazier and Ali.
They're going right at it, toe to toe. The difference is the cushion Wake Forest was able to establish early on.
So far, Wake has hit them with everything they can, and Georgia Tech won't go down. Braswell. Nice drive, spins it up, won't go. Tipped outside, saved by LaRue.
Last 2 possessions, second shots. When you're trying to come back, you got to get all those loose balls. Now you give them another 35 seconds to work the clock, and they'll get it to Duncan this time. He'll touch it.
Bobby Crimmins was up stomping his foot because he saw the opportunity slip away. 2:37 and counting.
Big fella's touching this one. He's
Shot
touching this one, fellas.
13. Kicks it out. 7 on the clock. LaRue, it's a 3. Got the bounce! What a shot! Rusty LaRue with 14. Marbury tries to get it over Duncan. Duncan with a rebound. He has set the tournament rebounding record and tied the single game in a championship record. What a performance. Dave Odom wants a timeout. That might be the MVP, you think?
Hanging pictures is a headache. All the nails, hooks, and hardware, and the damage they do to walls. What a nightmare. Not anymore. Introducing InstaHang, the revolutionary wall peg dispensing tool that lets you hang any picture, any object, big or small, on any wall in seconds. Just load the peg strip, place flush to the wall, and peg. It's so simple. InstaHang pops in a peg that won't budge, so you can hang a painting in a flash, complete a photo gallery fast, or give any room an extreme makeover in minutes. The secret is in the angled peg design that angles up for a super tight grip that never slips. They'll even hold the big stuff sure and secure. Proudly hang professional awards and achievements in your office. Hang the Kids Sports Awards for everyone to see. Or let them decorate with their own creativity. Use InstaHang on drywall or wood, inside or out. Snap on the accessory cap to cover the peg. Or add on a handy hanging hook. The hooks make hanging large pictures and paintings with wire fast and easy. All the accessories store inside the tool, always at your fingertips. InstaHang has a built-in bubble level, a convenient measuring guide, and it automatically reloads itself so you can hang multiple pictures in record time. It's great for renters and college students because it won't damage walls. Hang a bulky shelf or cabinet with ease, and hanging a decorative tapestry is a breeze. Dad can organize his tools and toys while Mom hangs a bulky decorative clock. Whether it's one picture or an entire wall, InstaHang hangs them all. And now the complete InstaHang toolkit, complete with a peg dispensing tool and 50-piece accessory kit, is yours for just $14.99. But wait, call now and we'll include as a bonus an additional 50-piece accessory kit and this precision laser level with dual bubble levels and a retractable tape measure for hanging pictures perfect every time. Just pay separate processing and handling. Get the InstaHang with 100-piece accessory set and a precision laser level of $50 value, all for only $14.99. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-513-5507. That's 1-800-513-5507.
Did you see that avalanche? It was
You guys seen my watch? No. Hey, look.
Thanks.
Huh. My retainer. So fits.
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
What are you guys doing?
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
The ACC championship game, only 2:02 left to go, and Rusty LaRue's three-point shot may have been the backbreaker. It puts Wake Forest back up 71-60. Tim Duncan, a mortal lock for the MVP of the 1996 ACC championship game. He has simply been stunning throughout the tournament. 19-15 the first game against Virginia, 22-19 against Clemson, 27-21 today with 6 assists thrown in and 55 rebounds. Breaks a 41-year-old tournament rebounding record. He is a special player.
No doubt about it. Those are some unbelievable numbers for an outstanding young man. And boy, I know the buttons are bursting there. Mr. Duncan, his daughter Cheryl, Tim's sister. That's got to be a great, great feeling to see somebody on your family tree come out and perform like he has all season long, but certainly in the last 3 games in this tournament. Heck, he had the MVP for me 6 minutes into today's game.
Yes, he did. Eddie Oleisman would have voted for him. Foul in the backcourt. Georgia Tech needs to get it into the bonus situation to force Wake to shoot free throws. They throw it away. Oleisman, instead, the foul will go the other way on Allen.
Well, you don't want that if you're Wake Forest. But you
and
know,
Dave Odom is calling Allen over saying, hey, when the clock runs, it's our advantage.
Well, but you got to give Georgia Tech an awful lot of credit. I mean, Wake Forest has just played. I don't know who would have beat them today.
No. This was, to me, this was the best game. I've seen Wake several times. It's the best game I saw them play this year. And they had some marvelous games at the beginning of the season. They did not play particularly well against Massachusetts when they played them. Peral did not play well. Tim Duncan did not have his best game.
That was his only single-digit scoring game of the year.
Missed free throw tipped out to Marbury. Harpering. It's a 2. 71-63. Georgia Tech gets a timeout. And look at this. The Harpering family celebrating as they are back within 8. It has been, when you talk about the psychology of competition, this has been a real gut check for Georgia Tech, and they have passed.
They really have, no doubt about it. I mean, they've played like a team that's won 9 straight. They played like a confident club. Wake has just been up to the challenge. Anytime they've mounted any kind of little run, Wake has responded. So what you've got really is 2 championship caliber teams. One got off to the great start, and the other team just continued to fight and fight, but maybe the hole too deep to overcome.
The power ratings came out this morning. The new index, Georgia Tech and Wake Forest listed 8th and 9th in the power ratings.
That looks
of course,
fitting.
Georgia Tech not ranked that high simply because they had such a horrible start.
But they had a brutal schedule, too.
Didn't they?
I mean, people want to talk about losing to Santa Clara and Bradley, but those are 2 pretty good clubs.
Trying to put the pressure on, they throw it away. The pick by Elisma gets it to Barry. Georgia Tech with time. Barry knocked down, no call. Marbury kicks it out to Maddox for 3. Holy cow! It's got to 5. Do you believe this?
No, I don't.
I'm almost beside myself. 71-66. Georgia Tech finding a way to get back in it.
From when I wake up to when I go to bed, I'm working and focusing on the business.
We went from my mom's kitchen to an 8,000 square foot facility.
My name is Sharon Waddy, and I'm the owner of Spa La La.
Why do millions of business owners count on Vistaprint?
We went to another printing company. Nothing was right.
Their hours are not 24 hours a day.
And finally, my friend was like, you need to try Vistaprint.
At Vistaprint.com, you can make anything from business cards to banners to brochures.
They make it really simple to be able to create your own product the way you want it to look.
At Vistaprint.com, it's easy and affordable to look professional.
That's how we actually got some of our first customers, was by using these postcards.
And my sister was like, this card is amazing. You actually look like a professional company now.
Go to Vistaprint.com and get 250 business cards for only $10. 250 cards, $10. Vistaprint.com.
Everything else we've had a problem with. Vistaprint not.
Picking the right car insurance is easy. You start with 2 identical cars with the same coverage. One through Progressive, the other through 21st Century. Both cars are covered, so both cars get repaired. But drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $535 a year. Call 888-GET-2121. 21st Century Insurance. The same great coverage for less.
2-point lead. No timeouts for Indiana.
Got to get a good look right now.
Jones. Watford for the win.
Live ESPN. Available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. It's the other way to watch ESPN.
This is Dr. Pineda. He's a cancer specialist, a chef, and a cookbook author. Dr. Pineda went back to school to combine medical science with the culinary arts. Today, his dishes help relieve the side effects of cancer treatments and restore appetites stolen by the disease. Sometimes, success starts when someone realizes that the best medicine doesn't always come from a lab. It comes from the heart. Virginia College. Your success starts here.
Shooters not only stocks the top name brand firearms, Shooters also carries top name brand accessories, including a large selection of name brand optics like Leupold, Nikon, Swarovski, Zeiss, Millet, Nightforce, Trijicon, and many more in all price ranges. You name it, Shooters has it at the guaranteed best price. Scopes, rangefinders, binoculars, spotting scopes, and more. Shooters will mount and bore sight your scope free of charge with purchase of optic. Shooters firearms and accessories will not be undersold.
Take a look at this last play, Clark.
Well, we're going to take a look at Tim Duncan. He's right here. Maddox has just gone out to the corner. Marbury just going to dribble over here and then make the pass to Maddox. Look at the ground that Duncan has to try to recover. See, here he is. There's Maddox right there. And even Duncan at 6'11" and with good speed and reach, unable to get there in time.
Big time shot by Maddox. Georgia Tech, 6 points in the last 25 seconds.
Well, this is where Wake Forest has missed Tony Rutland. The pressure has bothered them a little bit here as they've turned it over. No need. Oh, I don't know if you need to foul there. I don't know if that
I don't think he was trying to.
Right,
I think they were just going for the pressure.
Right, yeah.
Rutland on the bench, out with that knee injury, and certainly they had a much bigger lead when he was in there. He had just been sensational from three-point range, but it was almost at the point when LaRue hit the three to make it an 11-point game with 2 minutes to go. It looked like it was over, but now it's down to 5 with 1:24 left, and Braswell is going to have to leave the court because he had blood on his shirt. Looks like they may have wiped it off, and he'll be all right. As long as he's not bleeding and they can get the blood off the shirt, he's all right. Now they're going to check.
Looks like he still has a little bit on his chin.
Larry Rose says he's got a cut on his chin. This is where this rule could really have serious consequences. If you have to go out, you've got a little nick or a cut, the game goes on without a key player.
Yeah.
It's got to be
I think it's
scary.
important. I mean, in terms of the blood issue, you want to make sure you deal with that. So
sure. But you hate to see some little insignificant cut take a player out at a crucial time in a game. And now it's going to come down to free throws. Goolsby goes to the line. Been there very rarely all year long. Missed it. Here comes Barry on the run. LaRue is back. LaRue bumps him. He'll get the foul. Barry nearly pulled a three-point play out of it. If he makes both free throws, it's a three-point game.
At the 2-minute mark, it was an 11-point game. So we've played 42 seconds since then. As you look at LaRue bumping into Drew Barry there. And Georgia Tech has a chance to have scored 8 points in 42 seconds.
Unbelievable. Barry is 2 out of 4 of the line. Braswell back on the court. The numbers on Barry has 9 assists. Big free throw. Well, Drew Barry in this tournament, excuse me, Clark, with 8 assists in the first game, then 6, then 9. Oh, and his mom, how tough is that? Missed the second free throw, so it's a 4-point game. Duncan dribbles through the trap, lost the ball. Goolsby, or Braswell, now they're going to have to foul. And Wake got a timeout with 1:05 left, 23 on the shot.
Let me tell you about a very important phone call I made. When I got my Medicare card, I realized I needed an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance card too.
Medicare is one of the great things about turning 65, but it doesn't cover everything. In fact, it only pays up to 80% of your Part B expenses. If you're already on or eligible for Medicare, call now to find out how an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company, helps cover some of the medical expenses not paid by Medicare Part B. That can save you from paying up to thousands of dollars out of your own pocket. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. When you call now, you'll get this free information kit with all you need to enroll. So you can join the millions of people who have already put their trust in AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare.
The prices are competitive. I can keep my own doctor.
And I don't need a referral to see a specialist.
Call now to get a free information kit. Plus, you'll get this free guide to understanding Medicare. And the advantages don't end there. Choose from a range of Medicare supplement plans that are all competitively priced. We have a plan for almost everyone, so you could find one that fits your needs and budget. With all Medicare supplement plans, there are virtually no claim forms to fill out. Plus, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare. And best of all, these plans are the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP.
When they told me these plans were endorsed by AARP,
I had only one thing to say. Sign me up.
Call the number on your screen now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan. You'll get this free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare to help you choose the plan that's right for you. As with all Medicare supplement plans, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare, get help paying for what Medicare doesn't, and save up to thousands of dollars. Call this toll-free number now.
Are you in need of some extra cash, but payday isn't for another week? Would an extra $1,200 help you out right now? Well, National Money Tree is here to help, and no credit check is required. Whatever the reason may be, car troubles, medical bills, credit card bills, or you just need some cash to get you to your next paycheck. National Money Tree is an online network of over 90 lenders who can get you up to $1,200 in your bank account as early as today. So go to nationalmoneytree.com right now.
Bitter rivals and a bracket buster turn up the heat on ESPN. St. Mary's Murray State at 6, Ohio State, Michigan at 9. Saturday on ESPN.
23 on the shot clock. Goolsby was the guy they fouled the last time. He had been 8 out of 12 on the year, including the tournament. And here's the reset. Wake Forest, the next foul would put them in the double bonus. Georgia Tech in the 1-and-1 after 7 fouls for Wake.
Pressure has bothered Wake Forest here.
Yes, it has.
Partly because they don't have one of their main ball handler on the floor, Tony Rutland, because of that knee injury he sustained earlier in the half.
And Wake is 4 out of 9 from the free throw line. Normally an excellent free throw shooting team. And he stepped in the backcourt. There's the turnover. Goolsby stepped across the line.
Well, you can see that he's just not comfortable handling the ball. The trap was in the ideal position. There it is right there. There it is, folks.
A 2-possession game.
You don't need a 3, obviously. Drive it, try to draw a foul. If you get a wide open look, you take it.
Maddox! Holy cow, they're within 1.
You don't do anything but defend now.
LaRue, cross court, and there's the foul on Maddox. He didn't want to do it. Maddox is going to foul out of the ballgame.
Oh, that's true. That's huge. I mean, they're still in good position, but the last thing you wanted to do was give them a chance to get a basket at the free throw line. They've been out of sync because of the pressure. They're a little worried now. The game has changed dramatically, and then you give a guy a chance to get to the line.
Clark, I am still on the edge of being stunned by this because Wake Forest has shot the ball so brilliantly, and yet here's Georgia Tech within a point.
Well, a 3-point shot, obviously, in this last stretch, as you look at Georgia Tech's bench react to the 3 by Maddox. But we talked about it earlier, the 3-point shot, an unbelievable equalizer. And then here in the last stretch, they've been able to pressure a little bit. And in this second half, Mike, Georgia Tech has gotten a couple of transition opportunities. So things have started to go their way, and you can't overlook the absence of Tony Rutland, who was really doing great damage and is a key ball handler against any kind of pressure that Wake Forest would face.
Tech has hit 12 of 26 3-point shots. Braswell goes to the line. In the regular year, 3rd in the ACC. Today, only 4 out of 9. These are huge. Braswell drains that one. 71.4% free throw shooter. Even better a year ago when he was over 80. This would make it a 3-point lead. And does. Tech can tie with a 3. Bobby Crimmins calls out the play. Marbury takes it inside and scores. They're down by 1. The shot clock is off. And here's a foul on Marbury. So they decided to go that route. Let's go try to get the 2. If you're fouled on the drive, maybe you can make it a 3-point play and then come back and put them at the free throw line.
And with this much time, that's the way to play it, I think. Too often you see teams start trying to shoot the 3. You don't need that in a 1-possession game. With this much time on the clock, what you need is quick scores, whether it be a 2 or a 3.
Put a tough guy at the line, though. 3 straight, nothing but the bottom of the net.
You know, Wake Forest made 9 of 17 free throws in their loss to Georgia Tech this year. So the free throw situation was crucial in that game, and obviously the same here today.
He's hit 4 in a row. It's a 3-point game again. Now do you go for the 3?
If you get a good one, yeah.
Blocked by Duncan. 25.1 left.
Marbury trying the same move. He can take Braswell off the dribble. Shook him up. Got to the hole. Good help by Duncan. You're looking at the triple now, I think.
Marbury muscles his way in. Will draw the foul.
Well, they're just opening it up for Stephon Marbury. And you talk about determination being a winner. What he has is explosive quickness and strength once he gets inside.
Explosive is the perfect word.
No question. Because he gets by you in a blink, and then he's able to take contact in the paint area. He struggled from the line, though, during the regular season, at least in ACC play.
He's hit all 3 today. Make it 4. He has 25 points. It can be a 1-point game again with 19-4 left.
There's something about these kind of kids that are so determined and focused. You have to forget about what the numbers say.
Yes, sir.
In these situations, heart, pride, and focus comes into play.
They want the ball.
No question. See, I would try to defend here for 3 or 4 seconds and see if you can force some kind of turnover and then commit a foul.
Inbounds to Duncan. They'll foul him. Duncan, in the second half of the season, he was a better free throw shooter last year and the start of this year. He has struggled a little bit at the line as the season winds down. 68-7 on the year, but he's 3 out of 4 today.
And another point to make is Georgia Tech has made this unbelievable comeback. They've done it in a methodical fashion, but because of the pressure, as you look at Marbury and Drewberry, because of the pressure that Georgia Tech was able to apply, Tim Duncan didn't get a lot of touches during that little 3 or 4 minute segment there.
If he makes them both, it is a 3-point game. Georgia Tech can still tie. That one's short.
No legs. It was all arms there. No legs in the shot. Look at somebody's coaching him there. Telling him to get it up and over.
Too strong. Georgia Tech with a chance to go ahead. Oh, man, what a game.
They're going to try to clear it out, let him drive it. They're just opening it up for Stephon. He's got to be ready to make a pass.
Duncan's waiting for him. Marbury hit the side of the back support out of bounds. 2.3 seconds to go. Really had to force that one up. Wake led by 18 points with 14-11 to go in the ball game. Really the first, I think, bad shot he's taken all day.
It was. You admire his desire to want the ball. No question you like that. But because he had been so successful the last couple of times, I think it would have been nice for him to look to be a decoy there, penetrate with the idea of creating something for somebody else. As you take a look at the bench.
Boy, nice defense by Braswell, too, who had been eaten up a couple of times and really stayed in front of him. Bobby Crimmins stopping the clock, and now it's going to take a steal or some other kind of miracle to let Georgia Tech get back in this game. They're out of timeouts. Wake has 1 left.
Boy, what a game he's had, though. Folks will look at that last second shot. He's just got to keep his chin up. I mean, he was a big reason why Georgia Tech was able to hang around, and his teammates joined in the party late.
The big 3 for Georgia Tech have had a brilliant run here, but they may come up a point short. Wake Forest trying to repeat as ACC tournament champions. There haven't been many. It goes back to 1982 when North Carolina did it. Then the Tar Heels in the late 60s had won 3 in a row. Duke with a pair. Wake Forest back in 61 and 62 when our buddy Billy Packer played there. And NC State back in the mid-50s. But it has been a long, long time, and Wake Forest would be one of only 2 teams that's ever done it twice. Tim Duncan, 27 points, 21 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 blocks. Stephon Marbury, his star counterpart on the other side, with 26. But that last bucket, you know, the one that didn't go in, is the one that he'll be thinking about. 2.3 left. You need a steal or maybe a foul even before the ball comes in. And you get the foul before the ball comes in. I like that strategy.
Trying to maximize the little time that's left.
Because Wake cannot put it away. They're up by 1.
But you'll have to go a long way in 2.3 to get that 3-point shot up if in fact both free throws go down.
Some coaches like an intentional miss in this situation because the clock runs. You can't throw the 94-foot pass. Of course, this is why these guys get 5-year contracts and all that, and why they get fired too. Here's the Deacon story in free throws. First 3 years in a row they dropped to third, but still an excellent team percentage of over 70. Goolsby at the line, 0 for 1 today. Short. The hearts are pounding.
Yours and mine, right?
Yes, sir. This has been special, as it always seems to be. Goolsby short on the second one. Barry needs a miracle. Let's fly. Online, but too strong, and Wake Forest repeats as ACC champions.
What a game. What a game.
And today's win courtesy of Tim Duncan, who will undoubtedly be the MVP of the ACC tournament. What a show from Greensboro. The ACC puts it on every year. You wonder if it can possibly get any better. It always seems to do just that. For Clark Kellogg, Gary Danielson, and our entire crew, as always, it's been a pleasure from the ACC. This is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Tonight, Game 5 of the Western Conference Final, the Phoenix Suns facing the Los Angeles Lakers. The series even at 2 apiece. Lakers winning both games here in L.A. and the Suns winning both games out in Phoenix. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with Hall of Famer Doug Collins will be joined momentarily by Craig Sager. And this is now down to a best of 3. And the major question going into tonight, Doug, is that zone defense that has been very successful, utilized by the Phoenix Suns. Can the Lakers adjust to it? They've gone